at this point, and I'm going to say new winner at the match play. As Heta misses dart 6 for a 9.
Well, his housemate hit one yesterday, didn't he, Dimitri van den Berg, who was a new winner a couple of years ago.
You don't really want to hit 9 darters though, because
53.
like yesterday, and a lot of cases with 9 darters, you tend to lose the match. That's what Dimitri did yesterday against Ryan Meikle.
I reckon if you hit a 9 darter every leg, you probably wouldn't lose the match.
100.
The best time to get one is the very last leg. Just ask Willie Borland, because he plays after this.
Yeah, that was a famous moment, wasn't it, Willie Borland at the World Championship in that brilliant battle against
100.
Bradley Brooks. Of course, we're talking about the match play this week, but it all counts towards qualifying for all the other big TV events, including Ali Pali as well. But this is Damon Heta really making his move. Double 18 for a dozen dart leg, a break of throw.
One of the best climaxes to any tournament ever. That hug between him and John Parr was heartwarming.
105.
Heta almost there. Tony Martinez against Willie Borland next. Adrian Lewis against Josh Rock after that, and then Jim Williams, another man who's won a Pro Tour title this year, meets Matt
66.
Campbell in a very tasty board. John O'Shea stayed with Heta for the first 4 or 5 legs of the match. He got the breaker throw he needed, and he's just closed it out in clinical fashion.
36.
Not quite over the line yet, but you would think he will be.
John's been really focused throughout this match, but in his previous visit there was a flick of a smile, little glimmer of possible
100.
resignation, but Heta should surely now finish the job by 6 legs to 2. That one dives a little bit at the end, and that one dives straight into the deep end, which is round 2 for Damon Heta. I used to room with James Hubbard quite a lot, and I used to actively tell him when it was the race for the Grand Prix, the match play of the Worlds, stop talking about it, James. Let's just focus on today. And young players are very much obsessed with averages, statistics, and
99.
races to certain events, when in fact there is £12,000 to win today. If you focus on the tournament at hand, everything else will take care of itself.
The last couple of winners of the World Match Play have both got through the first round, but only just 6-5 Peter Wright beating Nathan Rafferty, and 6-5 Dimitri van den Berg beating Louis Williams.
Snakebite with the best performance of the day so far, 105.48. And that narrow win over Nathan Rafferty. That was an awful draw for Snakebite, like I mentioned earlier. And he's found his way through via a very stiff test. Martinez, double 16.
Game shot.
And he's in there again and re-establishes that 2-leg cushion. He's looking pretty good here. That was a wicked deflection. Cost him the easy opportunity of leaving that 170 or better.
60.
Martinez can't take full advantage, but at least he's on a finish, which would re-establish that 2-leg lead.
Yeah, a couple of treble-less turns for Tony Martinez, and Borland finds a couple of trebles to pile on the pressure. Great dart. Another, or the single. And now the bull. In the bull by Tony Martinez. What a moment that was.
Give me one shot, I will take it.
Then after the match, you consoled yourself with the fact that you had your
100.
one shot as you were getting back in the car.
That's a whole different other story.
97.
Martinez is going to fancy 202 in 6. Especially now. Should go bull, but isn't.
140.
Bit of magic. The disappearing darts, we saw that earlier.
92.
I think that was a bit of camera trickery there. One shot.
Game shot.
That's
on
all
the
he
match.
needs. And Tony Martinez gets the better of Willie Borland. You got
in these events, so he knows exactly when he will play it when he gets here.
140.
He's averaging over 96 in all of his Players' Championship events this year after 39 matches. And in fact, Adrian Lewis has only played one more game on the floor than Josh this year, which tells you a bit of a story. Is it another break? It might still be,
81.
even though Lewis has made a catastrophic error there of missing the single 11. One shot.
74.
And that seems to be this game in a nutshell. Josh gets one shot, misses that one shot, and Lewis takes out the next one. Wow. Double 16.
Game
and
shot.
He fixes it straight away. Lewis has just got to be wary here. And make sure that he's got his foot to the floor, which seems to be the case.
100.
Good stuff from Rock, but he needs a bit of a miracle now with Lewis sitting on 6 darts for 140. He's thinking ton and tops, but another wide.
82.
3 or 4 darts in this match have been mystifying for Jackpot, but the others have been excellent.
125.
Hooker by crook, Josh Rock does leave himself on a 2-darter, but it may not matter. Lewis too good on this occasion. He does get his revenge for that ridiculous game they had about 3 months ago. Massive stage debut at something like the World Grand Prix, as opposed to the match play, isn't it?
Yeah, the match. Look, if you get to the match play in your first year, you're doing an awful lot of things right. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do, which is why, you know, I mean, somebody like Scott Williams potentially be able to do it without a tour card is ridiculous. Although things haven't gone well for Shaggy in the first 2 days here. And the likes of Adrian Lewis are putting bigger and bigger gaps between them and the chasing pack. But that re-establishes the 2-leg gap for the Canadian in this one. Doing that, most of these guys, having those big averages. Some of them are capable of going 118, like Beaton's done this week and Gilding's done this week. Rusty Jake with 114 the other day in a Euro Tour qualifier. But you're not going to do that every time. So if you can just hang on in there, and then
79.
When the little spell does come, make the most of it. How about this? Not going to go for it. Just sets
95.
it up. And Jim Williams is taking control of this contest here.
Leg by leg, shot by shot, minute by minute.
59.
Jim Williams is now a firm favourite to win this match because he's scoring more consistently and finding doubles with ease. In his game against John O'Shea earlier, where he was really good. He made that 102 average look pedestrian. Looked like there were many gears to find.
105.
And there you see the Canadian Matt Campbell using the bullseye to get down to a finish that doesn't require them. Jim Williams wasn't doing that in the previous leg.
134.
Leaving 119, which is not a great check out for anybody, but it may not matter. Is this for a 12-darter, double 4?
Game shot.
5-4 to the Ginger Ninja.
Both left and right, he was square on.
Really?
Yeah, very individual stuff, but everybody's got their own style, right?
Well,
180.
I tell you what, you think one man is taking control of this game and the other one hits back. It's a magnificent leg of darts from Jim Williams, 2 180s. And having been hit with a 12-darter that looks like it might be decisive, he's threatening a 4-visit leg of his own with Matt Campbell on 46 for the match. Oh, problems. Does he go double-double? Not his style, is it? Can't get the treble. Well, that is a massive mistake.
41.
He's missed a big number again, Jim Williams.
Great scoring pressure from Campbell. And he wins the match. Clinical stuff from both players throughout that 10-leg contest.
Double 8 would be a 3rd leg on the spin. And Dave Chisnell is
96.
ripping Gary Anderson apart here.
No score.
Well, he was getting closer, but he probably needed at least another dart, maybe a couple, to work his way into the double 8. And he could be punished. And for all his brilliance for the last 5 minutes,
Game shot.
it's 2 apiece. Gary Anderson jumps on the opportunity. Hits out of the tournament yesterday, Dave Chisnall, because he was up against Nathan Aspinall, who just wasn't missing doubles. He might be going out of the tournament today, at least in part because his own darts aren't sticking in the board. But there's no denying this is a world-class leg of darts from the Flying Scotsman. The cogs are whirring as the professor tries to science his way out 54. Of this one.
Game shot.
Oh, he chose to leave double 16. He hits double 16. It's a scrappy end to an absorbing contest.
140.
Match darts for Gary Anderson when he returns. He's already missed 2 in this game. There is a chasm between the averages, and another bounce out for Dave Chisnall. It is one of the most brutal defeats I can remember seeing on the Pro Tour, this.
24.
He's had 7, 8 darts on the floor. He's had a 10 darter and 11 darter. He's about 15 points ahead on the averages.
8 scored.
And he's had to survive 5 match darts. But is there a little twist? A little twist? What am I saying? A massive twist. Another. I can't believe it. Match dart Chizzy. Dave Chisnall, you absolute genius! What an incredible game of darts! Absolutely magnificent.
Got magnetic forces in them that just see them gravitate towards the dart already in the bed.
140.
180, 140 to leave himself on double 4. As Big Boris looks at another massive combo finish. Well, he's threatened a couple and missed the double. He didn't get a chance at the bullseye there. Will he get a chance at the double 12? He will.
So Boris to break.
Game shot.
Rids just having a little sulk really in the background there, annoyed with himself for not getting a 4-3 lead.
And he's twice threatened a massive combo finish in this game and missed the double. Done it on 140, done it on 160. Can he do it on 136? Because if he does, he wins the match. And he won't, and because he won't, Callan Rids might have just become favourite to win himself.
Uses the marker once again and forces a decider. And Monday here in Barnsley, in the middle of a fantastic festival of darts.
Yes, sir.
139.
And that means Callan Rids will get 2 match darts, barring a disaster. Critchmar is going to leave himself, possibly, on a double. That's exactly what he's done.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, bit of a miss. A slip. Can he bail himself out of trouble? No, he can't. What a mess.
25.
What a miss. What a pair of misses. And what a chance for this man.
And the Croatian wraps his massive hands around it. Themselves into some form. And Gerwyn Price has not managed to do that in the first 2 days and won't in the next 2 days because he won't be here.
174.
Well, this is absolutely brilliant now from Mike Ivanhoven. Fabulous setup shot, 174 to put himself on the brink of a 3-leg advantage. Averaging just short of 100 against Humphreys here. And that looks like a good guide.
Game shot.
And it proves to be the case, and it is 4-1.
It looks like he could be going out in round 3 to Mike Ivanhoven because that's a wonderful shot from Ivanhoven, his third 180 of the game.
180.
Humphreys responds in kind, taking his share of the 6 in this match so far. Ivanhoven seems to have the trick of beating the best. Well, what's he done there?
He thought he wanted 1-2-1. It's Luke Humphreys on 1-2-1. You're on 1-0-1. No score there. Hit the 60, hit 33, and then went to the 14. He was looking at Luke's score. He's going to go this route, and it will be the ball now for Humphreys, and he pins it. And we've seen 2 attempts at 1-2-1, and that might be the turning point. An astonishing little series. Ivanhoven's level has dropped a bit, and I don't really think it's to do with that miscount.
Well, in the end, he missed a double, didn't he? It would have been probably worse for Mike had he hit it and thought he'd won the leg.
But also funny, Evan, you've got to weigh that in.
Would like another.
100.
Well, leaves 130. Humphreys hoping to get more than a dart at the ball. Well, he gets one at double 9.
Game
and
shot.
He hits it. And Humphreys has the lead and is now Brian Roman on this board. Dan, I assume you're going to go over to stream 2 because Martin Lukeman will face
180.
a certain Andrew Gilding.
Maybe heading over there very shortly because Luke Humphreys took a little bit of a gamble on staying on the treble 20s there. A single 20 would have left a bogey number. 43. It doesn't matter anyway because Mike Ivanhoven has fallen away in the last couple of legs. And Luke Humphreys has done anything but. Double 12.
101.
Very nearly sealed with a 12 darter and a 125 checkout, but more match darts are incoming, and you fancy Luke Humphreys to get the job done, but then you fancy that a lot more nowadays than you ever did before.
When he fancied himself still at 4-1 down, 95. As we were saying at the time. He's roared back. A little bit of a moment of madness from Mike Ivanhoven in the middle of the match, and it seemed to affect him.
$133. $134. Game shot.
Superb, absolutely superb.
$140.
Well, he started the match
58
with a 10 dart leg, Jamie Hughes, and he might be about to close it out with an 11. Really good performance. And he completes it in style. What a wonderful win that is for Jamie Hughes. Little John with a big visit and a bit of a scowl on his face as well.
Just trying to get a bit of extra motivation here because at 3-0 down and Noppert still finding 2 treble visits. He knows he's in trouble. You can't really get aggressive in this environment, but you can internally.
There's roughly a 20-point deficit in the averages in this match. Noppert is just running right at the moment, and if this goes in, I think it's curtains for Rodriguez.
68.
An opening.
It was always going to be awkward, that. Double 10.
No score.
Busts the lot. Vastly under-delivered. And that is a freebie for Nobby. This should be in.
A bit of a pause. A freeze, if you will.
I'm not surprised after that horror show of a dart, but look at the experience.
By no means safe yet, and will be determined to add to what's been a fruitful week so far tomorrow and Monday.
I know there will be plenty of people out there saying, what a great day this has been for you, but ultimately, inside, Roby will be thinking, I'm disappointed. 65. Because what he's got the luxury of now is trying to just win tournaments instead of trying to protect a place. People have got to catch him. But Noppert doesn't look like he's going to be caught. Shanghai 18s.
90.
The big fish for Little John. Another. And Bull. Oh, it was so close. It whistled past the wire, but that could well be that.
Has to split it. And works his way east to double four.
Game shot on
And
the
a
match.
beautifully executed shot for Danny Noppert. He was way too strong for Little John in this contest. Negotiates his way to the left. So there's more than one way to win a darts match.
If it wasn't for the pre-match routine, pre-shot routine, should I say, that Andrew Gilding has, he could probably address the hockey while Ryan Searle still throwing at it. That different. Look at that. Searle far right, Gilding far left.
Players do like players like Andrew who stand all the way to the left because you've got more room when you're walking back from the hockey, but players like me and others hate players who stand to the right like Ryan because you have to scooch your way past. Scooching to a 2-1 lead
Game shot.
is Goldfinger. Well, the first ton-plus checkout of this semi-final. 20 to 25 years ago, where these stages of tournaments were dominated by English players. Admittedly, 3 of the 4 players are English today, but
180.
I just look at the small things. Age, where they're from. Everything is just so different now.
140.
Players from the southwest of England. There have been some greats over the years. Bob Anderson, Mike Gregory. Justin Pipe, of course. Serial title winner. But now, the man in the southwest is Ryan Searle.
65.
It would be hard for me to say that Andrew Gilding is the man from Suffolk because the world #1 lives there.
His third Players' Championship final. Third on the Pro Tour. Having reached and lost a couple on the Challenge Tour. Sorry, 4th on the Pro Tour.
50.
And lost a couple from Players' Championship events and a UK Open qualifier back in 2014. In fact, that was, I believe, Stephen Bunting's first title.
It was. I remember that because Stephen beat me in the quarterfinals.
To edge closer. Great darts. Plural. Great darts.
Great thinking from Gilding there.
How many trebles? How much trouble? Well, it's almost a repeat of the previous shot. I assure you that was not a replay.
Who was it who said, "Can I get a rewind"? Was it Craig David?
If you say so.
You should know. You're a bit of a musical trivia genius, aren't you?
Yeah, featuring the Artful Dodger, actually. And here is Ryan Searle looking to pick Gilding's pocket. Treble 17. And the ball
96.
wasn't far away, but Gilding's going to need another clinical kill.
It's a chance. It may be the only chance he gets. 7 for tops. He chooses tops.
87.
That's the sign of a slightly tight arm. Searle goes for 4s. 2s is good, and he now gets that break of throws, so we have a 1-leg shootout.
Which is just perfectly poised. He's in the balance.
So much tension out there.
140.
What an amazing 140 from Searle. He gives himself that lovely cushion. Gilding now needs something huge to pressurise this 116.
And it would be
105.
a dose of his own, wouldn't it? I mean, look at this. 116 against a man who's hit that finish twice. But he can't do what Gilding has done. A brace of 116 checkouts
42.
in the match for Gilding, and now he gets a chance to win the match with a simple 96.
Is he staying there? Yes. Match start 2. And he finishes the job by breaking Searle in the very last leg.
Hard back at the start of last year, and he said there is no reason why I can't get back to how I was playing when I had that run to the semi-finals of the UK,
135
when I reached those finals on the Pro Tour, and there's no reason why I can't go a step further and win one. And I wasn't convinced.
We don't stream Q-Score, Dan. What were you doing there with Andrew, polishing his
80.
darts?
Just cheerleading, and look, that's a hell of a bounce out, isn't it?
It's a hell of a look as well from Andrew Gilding. Didn't mean it, Andrew. Calm down. Double top.
Game shot.
And he leads again, 3-2.
We talked about what feels like a poor return in terms of the number of titles he's won. But I think he's a better player over the last couple of years than he was even
90.
when he made the Lakeside final, won his first PDC title back in 2018. He may not have played his best stuff at the UK Open, but it was enough to take the title, and that in itself is a reflection of how good a player Danny Noppert has become.
And if he wins this title, Danny Noppert, 6 of the last 12 Pro Tour events will have been won by Dutchmen.
42.
Darts in pretty good shape. Danny Jansen, Michael van Gerwen and Dirk van Dijvenbode are the others.
Is it 2 tops here? Oh, that looks inviting. Oh,
Game
majestic.
shot.
Should have been all 3, but for Danny Noppert's mate behind the board with a hammer. Doesn't get a dart at the ball.
92.
Well, an extra 60 points would have been absolutely golden here. Massive moments coming in. 14 segment. Bullseye.
92.
Well, he leaves himself handy, but Noppy with 3 darts in hand for the first breaker throw in this final.
Yeah, it's twice that Gilding has missed the ball to break. Last time, in the second leg of the match, Noppert punished him.
No score.
But he can't on this occasion, and this is now a glorious chance for Andrew Gilding to get a real grip on this game. Double 16. In
Game
it goes. Advantage Andrew Gilding.
Oh, now Danny Noppert, he shouldn't have that problem. He's won titles. A big one this year.
We've seen players learn to win on the floor, haven't we? And then go on to win bigger stuff.
140.
Humphrey's an example this year, winning the first title of the year. Gilding's on that 1-2-1.
58.
Does he get a dart to break? He may even get more than one. Noppert's on a big finish, and it should be 1 at the bull. And this time he finds it.
But he's in pole position in this leg against the darts, looking to break Gilding for the first time in the match. And here we go. Here we go. Danny Noppert might be finding another gear.
Back-to-back maximums to leave 84.
78.
Well, 3 trebles, but not the 3 he wanted. And Noppert is allowed a little bit of breathing space for this breaker throw. Just checks the Gilding score to make sure he doesn't need to go 14 and bull. He leaves his go-to double when it goes in. And it's a break back.
And hopefully that takes away the context, the massive nature of what is going on in this game. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done.
So far, so good from Andrew Gilding. This is an excellent response to being broken. Look at that.
180.
Another 180. And after just 9 darts, he's down to 41. But he might not even get a go at it. I think he'll breathe a sigh of relief.
132.
Big moment, big chance to break back, and an opportunity to move within 1 of the title.
Got hit with a haymaker in the last leg.
21.
But he cannot make contact with the swing of his own there.
Haven't seen an awful lot of darts thrown in this section of the board. And Danny Noppert appearing a little rusty on it, but he finds a way in the end. The step across did the trick. More than he ever has before, and lost 8 consecutive legs to Danny's Dutch World Cup teammate Dirk van Dijvenbode. There hasn't been much struggling in this one.
140.
There have just been key moments, and the pair of them have battled it out. Gilding will have a poke at 139, but Danny Noppert's going to be left in a much better position.
Oh, look at this. He's 4 180s in the last 3 legs, and they've all come against the darts for Danny Noppert.
saw Gilding miss a couple of darts at tops for a 41 finish in the previous leg. He'll be hoping that Danny Noppert does the same thing.
Willie? Because he's favourite for the title if he hits this. Double 10. This is absolutely sensational from the UK Open champion. There's a reason Danny Noppert is a major champion. It's because he's an incredible dart player who can find bursts like this. It was bursts like this, actually, in Ireland that he produced in the quarters, the semis and the final to go and take the title.
140.
His first one in PDC darts.
There's no stopping him now, is there? Danny Noppert on the charge. He may well seal the match with another dozen dart leg. 1-2-2 to win it. Andrew Gilding will be crushed
100
if he is to go on and lose. Having led this match 6-3, Danny Noppert has won the last 4 legs and looks likely to make it 5 to win the final. He'll stay there to try and force one
90
through. And he's managed to do that, and he'll return for double 16 in a final that is completely turned on its head with destructive Dutch darts.
140.
Danny Noppert, the UK Open champion and Dutch number 2 for only his 3rd PDC title. Double 16. Can he find a way? He does find a way. There will be no golden moment for Andrew Gilding because Danny Noppert takes the title with a sensational turnaround.